Good morning, everyone. This is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Galaxies by ifletchr. I assume this is pronounced. Um, so this is a puzzle that was submitted by one of Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards students. So I've mentioned before on the channel that they run a course at the university where they teach, where they teach students some math and logic through puzzles. I'm not 100% sure of the name of the course or anything, but I think this is a wonderful concept where it teaches people critical thinking and an interesting way of looking at problems using different puzzles as the way of doing that. And Sudoku is one of the focuses of that. So it gets people to create puzzles and share puzzles with other students. And ifletchr is one of the current students doing this and has submitted to me a couple of puzzles, and this is one that was recommended. One of the things I like about this grid is this being a galaxy puzzle, it is 100% or is 180 degrees rotationally symmetrical, the only difference being the given digits. So I really like that. The actual clues themselves are fully symmetrical. So that's a really nice thing with the galaxy thing. I've been told this is like many of the puzzles that come from the students who are playing around with the concepts. They focus on the easier side of things. So this should be another coffee break puzzle. That's what I've gotten from the feedback from testers, but who knows what sort of morning I will have. I do wish also to welcome a new Patreon on board. So I think it's Martigan Back is the way I pronounce the name. If I've got that wrong, I apologize. And I just wish to once again stress that the people who support me on Patreon, and I love all of you, I really appreciate all of you, at least those of you I know I love. Um, so, I don't actually provide extra Patreon rewards. When I have time and the capacity, I would sometimes throw puzzles for testing to my Patreon supporters and say, would you like to test a puzzle that no one else has seen? And I also use Patreon for things like pack releases and stuff like that, but I haven't done one of those for a while. But the concept of supporting me on Patreon is supporting what I do. I do not do exclusives. I do not do anything where I will release something so that will never get seen. Some of the puzzles I released to testing, the feedback was this is not a great puzzle, so I never released it. So those are, I suppose, a little bit exclusive, but I wouldn't join Patreon to see a puzzle that's not very good. Whereas all of the puzzles where the feedback was this is a really good puzzle, those all got released for free. I normally in the BremSter Unpub or on Logic Masters Germany or somewhere. So that you're not supporting me on Patreon to get something extra. And I've had a couple of people who joined and said, well, BremSters didn't give me anything for the money. That's not what you're supporting me for. So if you're hard up for cash or you don't like the idea of supporting just what I do, don't join me on Patreon. But if you do like what I do and you want to throw me a couple of bucks a month, that's great. And it's a couple of bucks Australian. So for all you Americans out there, it's less. And you can support for more if you wish. I also have, what is it, a Ko-fi page where you can just throw me a donation or you can just give me a super thanks on YouTube. YouTube loves that. That's a great way of promoting the channel because when there's a super thanks, a number of times that YouTube will promote the video goes through the roof apparently. Heck, if you really want to support me, just head on over to BremSter Games and subscribe over there. That's a wonderful way of supporting me at the moment. So, and that's free. Yeah, thank you to Martigan for joining in. But yeah, I just want to say those options are available, but absolutely not required. And if you are hard up in any way, shape, or form, I am not going to lock content behind money. Anyway, so let's have a look at Galaxies by ifletchr. So, what do we have? We have normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have some pretty long thermos in this, and along thermos, digits must strictly increase from the bulbs to the tips. So we've got bulbs here which go in multiple directions, and from these bulbs towards every tip, digits must strictly increase. So that means this digit will be higher than this this digit will be higher than this digit will be higher than this, and they cannot stay the same, and they cannot go down as we increase along these thermos. And some of these thermos are pretty long, so that could be restrictive. Digits in cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. So these two digits will sum to 17. That's going to be pretty restrictive. And cells separated by a black dot or black hole, because there's black holes in galaxies, are in a 1 to 2 ratio, or have a 1 to 2 ratio. Not all dots are necessarily given. So this is the ratio pairs rule. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. The 17 cages, these thermos look really, really attractive to look at, but the 17 cages are actually forced because, well, not forced, but I know what digits are in them. Because the two highest Sudoku digits, 1 to 9 is what I'm working with, are 8 and 9. If I add 8 and 9 together, I get 17. So these are 8, 9 cages. What is that giving me? Kind of want to look at these thermos, but so I've got to put 9 at the end of one. So all of row 5 is a thermo. So where do I put the 1? I put a 1 in the middle. Because I can't put 1 anywhere else along a thermo. I can't put 1 partway along a thermo without putting a digit lower than it, and on this puzzle I don't have it. I now need to put a 9 somewhere along this, and I can't put a 9 partway along a thermo without having something higher than it to go at the end. So one of the ends is a 9, and there's a 9 in that box, so that becomes a 9. 8 is now in one of those two. Now, I know that 7 is in one of those two, and the reason I know that is because of the issue with black holes. So black holes can only, because of the 1 to 2 ratio that goes on black holes, we have a limitation of the digits that goes on one side must be low and the other side must be even. Now, they could be both low and even, but because of the doubling. 1 doubles to 2, 2 doubles to 4, 3 doubles to 6, 4 doubles to 8. And because of that, you'll notice if I then try and keep going, 5 doubles to 10 and I'm outside the range of Sudoku digits. So because of the 1, 2, 3, 4 on one side and the 2, 4, 6, 8 on the other, if you're ever playing with high, low or odd, even, you will know that one side needs to be even, one side needs to be low, but you can never put a high odd digit on it. So 5, 7 and 9 can never go on a black dot. So where do I put 7 in this column? It has to go down here. But I'm not sure that's helped me much. Do I just want to mark up these thermos? The answer is probably. I know 9 in this column can't go partway along a thermo, can't go in this box because I've already got one. So the 9 is in one of those two cells, which means down here 9 is in one of those two cells. And I can do the same in column 7. I can't put 9 partway along a thermo. 9 is already in this box. I can't put 9 partway along a thermo, so 9 is in one of those two cells. But this could be an 8 and both of those be 9, and that would just put a 9 there. So this is not the way forward. This column is probably more restricted than I'm thinking. So this can't be a 3, 6 because this side sees both 3 and 6. Because remember, it was 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8. So this is from the 1, 2, 4, 8 category. But I know 2 is in one of those two. And then 3 is in one of those 3 because I can't put 3 there, but 3 can't be further along the thermos. This is a bit weird. There's a trick here I am not seeing. 1 is in one of those two. So the 5, the 7 and the 9 are made up in those cells because they're the ones not on the black dot. But I've got 4 of those cells to play with. I'm missing something incredibly obvious here, aren't I? So if I mark these long thermos, so this has a maximum of 9, this has a maximum of 8, but it can't actually be a maximum of 8. Right. Okay. This does have a maximum of 9, but this doesn't have a maximum of 8. Because if this was an 8, this would be a 9, and that cell would be a broken. So this cell actually, and this cell can't be a 7, so this cell actually has a maximum of 6. And then this is a 5, 4, 3. So this is 2 or 3, this is 3 or 4, this is 4 or 5, 5, 6. And this is 6, 8 or 9. But it could be 8. And then I think I can repeat this in this direction, but this 5 is going to make a difference. So this could be 9, this can't be 8. So this is 7, 6, 5, this can't be 4. So this is 3, and now I've got a 2, 3 pair in this box. So this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is an 8, 9 pair in the column. This now has to be 5 because it's a maximum of 5 and it can't be 2, 3 or 4. So this is 5, 6, 7. And this is an 8, 9 pair at the top of the column. That's very weird. And I like it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 go into those. There's no 6 here, so there is a 6 over here, but I can't put the 6, because of the thermo, I can't put the 6 here, or there'd be a 7 or 8 lower than it. So this is the 6, this is the 7 or the 8, and now this part of the thermo is fully resolved. In fact, these thermos are just fully resolved, this long middle thermo. But these are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I can't put 1 part way along the thermo. I can't put 3 there. I can't put 4 there. In fact, I can't put 3 there either because both of those would have to be 4. So this is a 1 or a 2. In fact, yeah, because there has to be a 3 in one of those. And it's similar but different up here because these are 1, 2, 3, and 7. Now, I can't put 7 in the middle. And if I put 3 here, both of those would be 7. So this is another 1, 2. Now, if this is 7, this would be 8, 9. So that can't be 7. And that can't be 7 because of the 7 there. So this is the 7, which means this is the 8 and this is the 7. These are 1, 2, and 3. And if this was a 2, both of those would be 3. So that's the 1. This is a 2, 3 pair. But I don't seem to have the same restriction down here. Now, there's no 1 on this dot. So it's not 1, 2. If it's 2, 4, it's in a particular order. So if it's 2, 4, it's in that order. If it's 4, 8, it's in that order. And if it's 3, 6, it's in either order. So that's not... This isn't 1, 2, because that would break that. 2, 4, 4, 8, and 3 6s in a particular order. I'm not sure that's floating it for me either. Eight is not in any of those. These are all 1, 2, 4, 8. So they're all the Kropke digits. So these are from 1, 2, 4, 8 because that, when there's a 1, 2, 4, 8, there has to be another 1, 2, 4, 8 with it. So these are 3, 6, and 7. So this is a 3, 6 pair. And that's not an 8, so that still could be a 4. No, it can't be, because this has to be a 1, 2, and a 4, 8. Because if I made this, say I made this a 4 and made that a 2, because if this was a 4 now, this couldn't be an 8, so this would have to be a 2. That would leave 1, 8 there, which are not in a relationship. So these have to be 1, 2. One of them has to be 1, 2, and one of them has to be 4, 8. That's the only way to do it when there's two black dots that are 1, 2, 4, 8 that see each other. Yeah, if this was 2, 4, this would be 1, 8, and that would break that dot. So this cannot be 2, 4. So because that's not 8, that is not 4. Oh, it's not 4 anyway because of the 4 in the row. I was right anyway. It's an interesting trick to know. So, put it in the bank. You might need it later. So these are all from 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, these are 1, 2, 4. There's no 1 there. So 1 is down here somewhere, which means 1 is up here somewhere, but that 1 takes 1 out of there, puts 1 in there. I feel like I'm missing something absolutely insane. I really do. Like, I feel there's something insanely obvious in this puzzle that I am missing. But anyway, this is from 367. 367. This can't be a 3 because 3, 2, 1, 0. So the 3 is in one of those, but this could be a 7. But this means this has a maximum of 6. And it can't be 3, so it's 4, 5, or 6. Oh, this 3 is looking up, making that the 6 and that the 3, which means this is not the 3. This is a 6, 7 pair, which means there's no 6 there. This is 4 or 5. Now, if this is 1, these would be 2, 3, 4. If this is 2, these would be 1, 3, 4. That's okay. If this is 4, these would be 1, 2, 3. That's still all okay. No, hang on. Yeah, yes, that is still all okay. This is a triple. Let's put the triple in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So one of those is, that can't be a 3 because that would have to be a 6. If this is a 1, this is a 2. If this is a 2, this is a 1 or a 4. If this is a 1, this is a 2, which it can't be, so this can't be a 1. If this is a 2, it can't be a 1, but it could be a 4. So this is 4 or 6 only. I feel I'm... Oh, this 9 is looking at... Actually, this is 6, 7, and 9. Because where is 6, 7, and 9 in this box? They're not in those because that's 1, 2, 3. So this here is 6, 7, and 9 because they can't go in those and they can't go in those. So this is not 4, this is a 6, so this is a 3. This is a 7, 9 pair. And now I've got rope, well, I don't have roping, but these 3 digits had to go in this box somewhere. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, and 8. Now, the 8, 9 here makes that 7 and that 9. That was really cool. I just did not see it. So, Sudoku. This 5 takes 5 out of there. That can't be 8 because 8 is higher than 7, and that is still a Thermo. This 3 makes that the 2, which has probably been there for a long time, and that's a 3. This is now a 4 or a 5 to complete the row. So. Whereas 5 in this column, because I can't put it on a black dot, and none of those are 5. So this is the 5, and this is from 1, 2, 4. So this is a 1 or a 2, because it's from 1, 2, 4, 8, and the 4 and the 8 are up there. So yeah, this is 1, 2, or 3, and this is a 1, 2, 4 triple, so that's the 3. So that's not the 3, which I could have got from the box. The 1, 2 here makes this the 4, which takes 4 out of those. These are 1, 2, 3. Takes 4 out of there. 4 out of there means that's not 8. So this is now an 8. Yeah, the 1, 2, 3 there means that's not 1 or 2. That's 4, that's 8, which means that's not 8 or 4. This is a 1, 2 pair. This is now an 8, 9 pair. I'm sure there's stuff here I'm missing. This is also from 1, 2, 4, 8. Now, it must contain a 4. There is absolutely a 4 on this. And the reason is I can't use 3, 6, and I can't use 1, 2. So it's either 2, 4 or 4, 8, and it must contain a 4. But there's an 8, 9 pair, so there's no 8 on it. This is a 2, 4, which means this is a 1, which had been since I got that 2, 3 actually, because one of these had to be 2, so therefore that had to be the 1. So that is not a great moment in history of solving Sudoku. The 4 here means that's not the 4, so that 1, 2 pair means that is the 4, so that's the 2, so this is the 1, and this is the 2, and this is the 1. This is now a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7 and 9 go into those. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 and 8, which means there's no 8 there, which I could have got from the 8, 9 pair. I'm really firing badly today. This is a 1, 2, 4 triple, or there must be a 4 in there, which means this is a 5. The 2 here looks over making that the 3 and that the 2. There is a 1 in one of those. Where is 1 in this row? It's not in any of those. It's not in any of those. It's not there, and that one knocks it out of there. That is a 1. So this is a 6 or a 7, which gives me a 6, 7 pair. 9? No, I'm wrong about that. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 5, 8, and 9. Now this can't be a 9, and this can't be a 3. And this can't be an 8, because if this is an 8, this is a 9, and that is broken. So this is 3 or 5. Huh. This would be a scanning problem on my part. I am 99.9% sure of that. Well, here's something. 9 knocks 9 out of there. Oh no, I still could put 9 there. But I can't put 9 in any of those cells. So where is 9 in this column? It's in one of those two, so that is not a 9. So that is a 5, 8 pair, which makes that a 4. So that is a 5, and there's no 5 there. That 4 takes 4 out of there, so that can't be 8 anymore. In fact, this is a 3, 6 pair. So this, in this row now, oh, wait a minute, that 9 looks over making that the 8, which makes that the 4, which makes that the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 7. That's got to have done something, right? The 2 means that these are not 2. So this is 1 and 4. The 1 makes that 2 and 1. The 4 looks back, making that 8, or I could have used the 4 in the box. All sorts of options available. This 8 makes this 9 and 8. Right, but this is a triple. 1, 2. Well, I'm not putting 2 on the Thermo. So let's just completely undo that. Where is 2 in this box? It's in one of those, but it's not higher than 3. So that's the 2. These are now 1, 2, 3, 5 and 9, and they have to go in ascending order. So 5 and 9 makes that 8 and 5. There's no 8. Well, let's just jump straight down. The 8 makes that 9 and 8 and 9 and 8 and 9, just following the path of pairs. Now, there's no 8 there. There's no 5 there. Something. Oh, this 9 makes that 3, which makes that 5, which makes that 8. The 3 looks up, making that 2 and that 3. The 3 looks up, making that 6 and that 3. The 6 looks down, making that 7, which jumps back, making that 6 and that 7. Something here. The 4 looks down, making that 2 and that 4. I could have used that 2, but I didn't. This 7 makes this 6. The 7 also looks like making that 9 and that 7. And that is the correct solution to Galaxies by ifletchr. That is a very weird little puzzle. When I first saw that, this is yet another puzzle where, when I first saw it, it's like, this is just going to be a stroll of solution, stroll of clues, just giving me information. And like many of the puzzles I'm being sent now, and I'm really glad that I'm asking people to try and submit really interesting puzzles that are in that coffee and lunch break range, because you do get really good, surprising puzzles that don't have to be phenomenally difficult. And this is another one of them. And for someone who's apparently, my understanding is now I could be wrong about this, and if I am, I apologize, and please correct me. Either ifletchr, please correct me in the comments if you see this. My understanding, they've only been setting puzzles for like a few months. To be able to create a puzzle that is, not stunningly difficult, but still has a lot of those "that's really cool" moments. They're, those moments are great. You get those little dopamine hits, and they are just absolutely wonderful. And it's what dragged me into puzzles in the first place. It was doing literally dozens of puzzles a day that made me, and getting those. Oh, this is something that is just, this is a cool thing. Oh, this means this has to be this. Those moments are really, really rewarding. As I said, I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4, and in Diablo 4, everyone, like every single channel, even though it's not the way I play the game, is talking about how do you get those rewards as quickly as possible. And a puzzle like this allows you to do that. People in video gaming and everything, it's all about, getting those fast rewards, because people are limited in time, and people are don't have the hours and hours and hours to sit there dedicating to a single thing. If they put into a video game like that, if they put in something that's like, this is going to take you 3 hours to complete, people wouldn't do it. They just wouldn't. Even the people who play the game for 10 hours a day would not do that content. Now, a couple would, but it would not be popular content, and people would complain. Puzzles, to my mind, are similar. People want this content. I get so many messages either on Discord or in comments on the videos, which you will see, saying these puzzles are really, people love them. So I'm really happy that I keep getting them. So thank you, ifletchr. Thank you, Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards, for supporting people for doing this sort of thing. It's just great. So loved this puzzle. This one was great fun. Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. Please recommend, if you see puzzles that fit, or I am going to try and start doing longer ones as well, but I do love these ones. Thank you everyone. If you see any, if you want to recommend any, if you've created any, send them through. I'll stop ranting now. I do try, I want to do my rants at the end, because people will have turned off by now. Thanks everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.